NHL regular season recap, night 161. Only two games tonight. The first one, the Sabres taking on the Ottawa Senators in a battle of two teams, probably of the future, we hope, for these two fan bases. And really, I could just cover the first period of this game, and that would pretty much be all that mattered. 5 goals for the Senators in the first. It was a rough outing for both UPL and for Devin Levi, but largely for UPL. He gives up 4 goals on 9 shots in the first, and that's the end of his night. Artem Zub, Boris Kachuk, Drake Batherson, and Jacob Chikrin all scoring in the first 9 minutes. 4-0 really early on here for Ottawa. Brady Tkachuk would add the 5th goal of the period before the end of the frame. In the second, J.J. Peterka and Connor Clifton both score for Buffalo to try to make it a bit more respectable, but those are the only 2 goals Buffalo scores. Shane Pinto adds an empty netter to his 3-assist night in the third, and it's a 6-2 whacking of the Buffalo Sabres here for the Ottawa Senators. Jonas Korpisalo was actually quite good, 34 of 36, a 944. Again, UPL, a rough night, 5 of 9 for a 556. Devin Levi gives up 1 goal on the remaining, 33 shots he faced, so he actually had a pretty solid night. I take back my statement from earlier, but all in all, just a very rough night for the Buffalo Sabres. Not able to get anything going here against a pretty rough Ottawa team. It's a 6-2 final here in favor of the Sens. The only other game tonight, another Atlantic Division matchup, this one between the Bruins and Lightning, a potential first-round playoff matchup, depending on how things shake out in the Atlantic and with the last wild-card spot there, or I guess the first wild-card spot. First period is Michael Chaffee and Danton Heinen trading goals, not the most likely of foes here to get the first 2 cracks for each team, but that's who got it. In the second, a much more familiar face, Braden Point with his 42nd of the year, makes it a 2-1 game for Tampa, and then in the third, Nikita Kucherov, the probable Hart Trophy winner, 42nd of the year for him as well on the empty net. It's a 3-1 final for Tampa. Both goalies pretty solid, but Andrei Vasilevsky just barely outduels Linus Ullmark. Ullmark 28 of 30 for a 933. Vasi 23 of 24 for a 958. He was not the busier of the 2 goalies, but makes the few extra saves at the end of the game here when Boston was trying to rally to get the job done. Again, a 3-1 win here for Tampa, and they're now just a game away from the Leafs, though the Leafs do have that game in hand. So we'll see how that shakes out. That's it for NHL regular season recap night 161. We will talk to you guys tomorrow for, as usual, a much busier Thursday slate. See you guys then.